and it's helped kind of boost their gameplay into the next level in this tournament.
Yeah, meanwhile, Jin Air making a substitution in this match.
Gonna put Pilot in. Captain Jack is out.
I'm not sure this is exactly the change they need, to be quite frank. Pilot and Jack are both very good AD carries, so they've both seen a lot of success this season. But Jin Air, I just think this meta really throwing them for a loop right now. And when we saw Pilot, yeah, he was great in those games, but it was just a bad composition against SK Telecom. Corki and Graves didn't give him the tools he needed to succeed. And Jin Air, once again, we saw them against SKT. They went in hard for the mid-game with their composition and couldn't quite pull it off. They couldn't get the advantage and continue to snowball it again in that game. CJ just stuffed them.
You know, so what do you do then if you're Jin Air? Do you just try to pick something even more late game than your opponents and just try to survive, just kind of fall back to a lot of how they were winning in the early part of the season?
Why don't they just play super tanky meta?
Yeah.
I don't see any reason why they can't do that.
Well, they certainly can.
We know that their late game shot calling is very good.
Yes.
Even in that game, their sneak Baron was excellent.
Yeah.
Great call.
You know, the thing is, though, the kind of troubling thing about Jin Air, and I mentioned it before at the end of the last game, that in situations like this, their mentality seems to suffer. They very seldom win game twos after losing game one against one of the better teams in the tournament. If they're going to do it, though, this would be the time.
Well, again, this match doesn't have the greatest import in the world for these teams. The side advantage is not particularly important and probably saving some of your strategies. Again, we haven't seen Trace play his top Rek'Sai, his top Nautilus, his top Kayle, these champions that he has been furiously grinding in solo queue.
We seem to see different strategies as far as what to show. Some teams just like play a ton of different stuff, maybe keep you guessing what they're actually wanting to use. But Jin Air not showing a whole lot of new stuff. Yeah, new ban. So
Sivir actually banned out by CJ. That is very interesting. CJ putting top priority on Sivir in these games. We've seen two Sivir first picks tonight.
Well, I'd assume we're going to see maybe an Urgot ban third then, just to kind of try to force Pilot into one of those picks that he had been playing previously, but don't really work that well right now. You know, the Ezreal AD carry, the Corki, that kind of thing.
Rumble ban, actually. Really different pick ban phase.
Urgot,
both of these teams. So there is the Urgot. Now, Annie up this game, Lissandra up this game. Where do you go if you're Jin Air?
First picking Annie may not be the worst idea, huh?
Yeah, of course, you give up the Sejuani, then you can assume Ambition's going to play that if the Nunu is banned.
What about Maokai as well?
Yeah, that's obviously still an option.
Jin Air thinking pretty hard about this one. Any way you slice it, you're going to leave some pretty powerful picks up for CJ.
Yeah, I think it's already a better draft for CJ.
Yeah, well, banning out AD carries, I think, really puts Jin Air in a difficult spot with Pilot.
Well, not any of the AD carries that he's particularly known for. Oh, man, are they actually going to first pick Rek'Sai? Jin Air just obsessed with this champion, and yes, Chaser's very good at ganking lane with it, but it hasn't been getting them wins.
Not as of yet.
And prioritizing it here, I think, is a mistake, too. There we go. Much better. Okay.
Okay. So we'll see what CJ picks up. The Nidalee could be chosen by, well, I guess if it is now, that'd be a little bit interesting, unless they're going to run top Rek'Sai.
We've seen both top Nidalee and top Rek'Sai this season, but of course, this top Nautilus, it is a flex pick for Jin Air. We don't know where it's going. Odds are it won't be jungle. But support or top are definitely viable options. Hovering over Shy. It's like I remember when I used to play and dominate with top lane Ryze. Marin's been playing it a lot in solo queue.
Well, anytime you have this big tanky meta up here, you know, Ryze does come back. So we'll see him eventually, that's for sure. Oh boy, wow, Corki locked in for CJ. So thinking they're the ones who can hit this mid-game power spike.
I think if you're Jin Air right now, you play super tank.
Yeah.
Play super tank, you get Sejuani, maybe you get this Cho'Gath.
Who's your AD carry, though? Do you maybe go for some sort of hyper carry and just a bunch of tanks?
Yeah, maybe you go for Kog'Maw, maybe you go for Lucian again. There's no problem with Lucian here.
Well, what about even Caitlyn?
I'd be worried about that because Caitlyn's power drop is immediately when Corky's power spike is.
Guns all day, every day. And so GBM will be playing his air. Oh, and Mad Life locks in Blitzcrank. Oh, yeah.
It's happening.
I think this, I mean, Mad Life, yeah, his Blitzcrank is legendary, but I think this kind of shows how CJ is sort of thinking about this match in terms of seriousness. Because Blitzcrank is great,
look at that.
But
the Mad Life with Thresh and Blitzcrank on the screen right there, little cutouts.
It's time. I
love it.
We're going back to the old days, Monty. It's 2 years ago, and Mad Life is the god of grab once again. Oh, I'm excited. Wow. We have not seen Mad Life's Blitzcrank in well over a year at least.
Well, the one thing I'll say about CJ's composition, they don't have great primary engage except for Blitzcrank.
Hey,
Cho'Gath,
Mad Life.
Coco was good at hitting the ruptures last game, but I mean, Kennen and Rek'Sai without Flash really can't serve as reliable primary engage here. So this may be a little bit wacky. Good to see Shy back on the Kennen, however.
Yep.
In the top side now. And I'm super psyched to see this top lane Nautilus from Trace that he really has been playing a ton of in solo queue.
Well, here we go. Jin Air versus CJ. CJ
dangerous for Xerath, actually.
Yeah, it is. Coco trying to bait him in by being a little bit lower health. Oh,
minion wave. He can't get the grab in there. Unfortunately, he's instead going to put down a ward, make sure that this red buff is safe for Ambition.
No, they're going to give Mad Life the red buff, and then he's going to go own mid lane. That's what you do.
Here comes Trace.
Oh, yep. Shy getting jumped on, flashes out of that hook, so that's one summoner down for CJ already.
Question is, they're not going to push, looks like, so they want this freeze to go through. Were they going to push and actually try and punish that flash by diving? But nope, everybody going to go back. Trace needs to catch this minion wave in bottom, but it is risky to TP in.
Yep. And
he can't do it. I really don't know if that was worth it, actually. He missed so many minions as a result of that move. Trace missing about a wave right there, and he's falling behind in terms of levels and CS.
Well, finally coming down to bot lane. But Mad Life is right there. There's a grab onto Trace. He's got the power fist as well. There's a knock-up. Ambition and Space coming in. Nice knock-up as well from... Oh, wow. There's first blood going to Ambition, and Mad Life setting that one up with Blitzcrank.
Yeah, great play from CJ.
Yep, they were ready.
They didn't see the TP coming in, so they anticipated the walk into lane and had that position between the turrets already camped out. Honestly, Jin Air should have expected that one. He walked pretty dangerously close to that brush, but the TP will come in now, but that's a lot of minions lost for Trace. A ton. Look at the CS difference already.
Yeah. It's going to be a little bit of a struggle to catch up again. We'll see how well CJ can control vision this game. That's really the key to Blitzcrank, the key to success.
And remember that Trace builds that rod first on the top lane Nautilus, so he's going to delay his scaling even more.
Oh, Coco in a little bit of trouble. Dodges a knock-up. Running away, though. There's a teleport coming in. Canceled. That'll at least give Coco time to back up.
Yeah, and that's one of Cho'Gath's problems is that he can fall victim to some of these ganks in the mid lane and mobile. This flash time, but didn't have to blow it there because Chaser missed the knock-up.
That was perfectly fine for Shy to use his teleport there and cancel it. Trace had already used his.
And they'll be up at about the same time, too. So great TP use for Shy. Make sure that nothing goes wrong in the mid lane when you already have this big advantage.
Yeah. Oh, Ambition getting Bami's Cinder before upgrading his Machete. That seems a bit interesting.
Just wants to farm. He's hard farming right now. So doesn't need that chilling spike. Just wants the HP and the burn.
All right. Be careful here. Mad Life coming in. Always nice if you can. Oh, there we go. Grab onto Janna. Nice whirlwind from Che, but he's getting bursted so hard by Corky. Valkyrie ahead. Che will get out with the shield. But that's going to be your target. Oh, Space has to flash. Dodges that EQ combo. That could have been bad.
Yeah, traded 2 summoners for 1, though, in the end. And they have knowledge of where Chaser is in the jungle, so certainly a worthwhile trade for CJ.
Oh, yeah.
Are they going to be able to do the dragon off of this? is the question. With that mid lane pushed up, it's a little bit difficult.
Oh, Ambition coming down on Rek'Sai as well to try to make a
back, though. This is risky.
Yeah, if they're going to dive this, I think they may regret it.
So they're just checking. It's like they're thinking better of it right now.
Yeah, I would too.
Okay, so they were just looking to see with the tremor sense. And then Mad Life was there to back him up. Ward the back of the pit, though, so
okay.
Jin Air will know that this dragon attempt is incoming.
Yeah, can
they really respond to it, though.
It doesn't look like it. Chaser can try to go in and steal it. He's got the flash to get back out. That's what he's going to try to do. Here comes Coco to try to secure this one. Ambition in position.
True shot.
Oh, it's coming through, and Cho'Gath gets it. So CJ grab misses. Chaser gets knocked up anyway. GBM adding the damage on, and here comes the ult. Mad Life dodges it. The passive helps him survive the last 2 hits.
Barely getting out of that one, and Coco feasting the dragon to make sure that it doesn't go over. Great time burst from CJ. That true shot barrage. It was a very interesting dragon contest, actually.
No kidding.
Considering that Chaser tried to time his smite around the true shot barrage hitting the dragon.
Gotta try it, I suppose. Meanwhile, Shy versus Pilot up in the top lane. And look at the CS lead that Shy has over Trace.
Yeah, it's huge.
Still just crushing it.
CJ really did a much better job in this lane swap, having Shy up there. And Jin Air, they got the flash up, but they didn't want to punish Shy further. Instead, they thought they'd get the lane freeze. But in the end, the position of the turret's just too good for CJ. And also, when they saw Shy's flash get burned, because CJ didn't have that freeze in the bottom side, they just pushed that wave into turret. So they denied a very large amount of CS and experience from Trace by doing so. And Jin Air didn't respond appropriately to that situation. You have a choice to make. You're either going to go down into that bottom side and collect the wave while Shy gets denied because the wave is pushing towards you in top lane. Probably the safest and easiest way to deal with that lane swap situation. Or if you choose to go top and burn Shy's flash, you have to punish him for it.
Yeah.
You can't just say, okay, well, that was nice. Because during that entire period, prior to that, Shy was just CSing. And then he kept CSing after that, even though the wave was pushing in the opposite direction.
He's got a lot of gold to
and
spend,
they got
too,
the first blood. So really questionable lane swap decisions from Jin Air.
A pretty big gold lead because of that already for CJ, and Mad Life still lurking in the brush. Has that Sightstone, and the faster you can get that Sightstone on Blitzcrank, the more kills you're going to have. That's for sure. So you can't grab what you can't see. Well, you can, but it's harder.
It is significantly harder.
Yep.
Yeah, what are they going to do with Nautilus up in the top side against this Kennen now?
Well, nothing.
He's got ult, he can gank mid lane, which is what he's going to try and do, but there are too many wards.
Well, Ambition is between him and mid lane anyway, so Ambition sees him with that Tremor Sense. He's going to follow him in. Oh, boy. Yep. There's a knock-up. Trace flashes out of it, gets a stun onto Coco. Coco takes a lot of damage from GBM, but look at this Ambition back over the wall, looking for a knock-up on to gank by Mom. Now gets the flash. Yep, and here's Shy. Oh, Mad Life gets the grab onto Chaser as well. Can they burst him down? There's a red buff that might get stolen, and Shy will take it. CJ getting 2 more.
Spawned, and now 30 seconds before Dragon, because everyone moved to top side, they now can ward up bottom. CJ just absolutely a step ahead of Jin Air in almost every way today.
Ambition just decides to take the Raptors, because why not? Gets all the small ones anyway. There's a stun, actually. Ambition getting poked out. Chaser over the, right into the fists of Mad Life. Here comes a 2-shot barrage. Just a lot of damage. Pilot picks up a kill there. He is dangerous on this Ezreal. There's a double knockup from the Whirlwind. Mad Life and Coco on the run. They'll get out. Oh, Mad Life. He's looking for another one. He's like, yes, come and try to kill the pink ward.
This is a really good cataclysm from Chaser.
Oh, yeah.
Get everybody bottled up. CJ definitely too clustered for that hook to not be just a little bit dangerous right there. Jungler for jungler, so it's going to delay the Dragon a hair.
It's not going to stop CJ from getting it, I guess.
CJ has Feast, so they have an advantage in terms of burst.
There's no vision. Coco has had a couple courses, and he's got room for more.
Feast is down, though.
Oh, well, he'll have room for more in the near future. still kills them.
Still no problem. Great ward coverage from CJ. And
Yeah.
CJ, smart in terms of their pressure, dragging everyone topside, then warding bottom. Mad Life
goes for the blue buff. He wants it. Being very annoying.
He gets it.
He got it with his ult. Wow. Oh, I love this. Oh, Mad Life. Oh, Mad Life, I've missed your Blitzcrank like the desert misses the rain.
Pure poetry, Doa.
That's right. I think I heard that in a 90s dance song once. He's ready.
You know what I heard in a 90s dance song once?
What, Ace of Base? Wait, that's the name of the...
Heyo, Captain Jack.
Oh, jeez. No, man, he's gone. He's benched. Yeah, if you guys want to know what bloodthirsty support is, well, first watch Coco dodge. Wow. GBM, not oftentimes do you see him not kill someone with that ult, but...
Especially somebody without boots.
Right. Well,
that's a really rare miss for him.
As I was saying, if you want to see the definition of bloodthirsty support, that's it right there. Mad Life Blitzcrank. The bloodthirstiest. It's a beautiful thing.
All right, Mad Life. It's time for Righteous Glory.
Yep. Yep, he's got the basics. He's got the Sightstone, got the boots of mobility. So that means it's time to build into Death Cap.
Here he comes. I see him. They saw him with a ward by the red buff, so they know that Space and Mad Life are there waiting for the grabs.
Oh.
They're going to try. Oh, Ambition's not going to be collapsed on. Difficult to single out a Rek'Sai.
Yeah. Well, they have to play very safely around this Blitzcrank now.
Yep, and look at this. Trinity Force, CJ doing a great job of hitting this power spike and starting the siege right now. They've got great zone control with Cho'Gath and Blitz.
Good wave clear from GBM and Pilot, though, so at least mostly from GBM.
Yeah, they were already set up for this mid lane push.
Oh, he doesn't see Chaser. Wow. Chaser, you are a lucky guy right now.
Well, there was nobody really to follow up on that, even if he had been grabbed.
Could have soloed him. Pretty sure. Evidence points to Mad Life soloing anyone at this point.
Wow, another tower going down. And Trace actually building Glory this game. Ooh, that is surprising.
Huh, yeah.
I think he just realized that the Rod was going to take way too long to stack.
I think it's a good choice given the situation. It's not ideal, but it's kind of the lesser of two evils, I suppose. Lesser of two really late catalyst items.
Yeah. And at least maybe they can get a pick this way by engaging very heavily onto someone if someone will ever come to his lane. Jin Air, I think, really messed up this lane swap.
Oh. Man, when you hear that W go off, too, people just flee in terror. Overdrive is a terrifying ability to witness.
Yes, the horn, the Blitzcrank honking horn of terror.
It is. Oh, Pilot. Arcane Shift out of Rupture, and that's going to allow CJ to just walk up and take this Tier 2 turret. Yep. Again, just really hitting that power spike.
Yep, they move into Pilot's lane, who has to use True Shot Barrage in order to wave clear against that kind of a threat. So CJ playing aggressively. They have deep wards then on both sides of the map. They have that freedom, and they're doing an excellent job of snowballing this lead. CJ looking very strong.
Oh, Trace thinking about coming in. See, I use the Boom Boom Blitzcrank skin.
Yeah.
I use the boxing one.
That's pretty good. I like that one.
Yeah, it's my favorite. You know, everyone's got, like, the skin they feel like they hit the most grabs with. That's mine. Shy and Trace.
Shy is 3 levels ahead of Trace. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, you're not going to win a 1v1, even with Che there to help out. Oh, hello, Mad Life. I do like the Piltover Customs Blitzcrank as well. Wasn't as big of a fan of iBlitzcrank. There's Two-Shot Barrage, but the siege continues.
Nah, that skin is crap.
Yeah. Oh, Chaser gets grabbed. There we go. The burst, Cataclysm used, but Mad Life just gets right out of it, I guess. How did he get out of that? He got knocked back or something? I don't know. That was weird. Either way, nice grab, Mad Life. Good job.
Wow. Well,
He's
siege continues.
Yep. Here we
CJ
go.
really playing this well.
Come, Che. Oh, that was close. See, we Blitzcrank players, we know what's about to happen. You can see the targets coming.
Oh,
wow. Hello. Did Xerath just get eaten?
Yeah, he did.
I guess so.
Feasted and ignite as
Ignited.
As Ambition and Coco dive the Tier 1 tower. And there's just no holding on at this point. CJ is just destroying them in this power spike.
Yep.
After having that huge advantage for the laning phase.
Oh, I thought he was going to go down too.
Nautilus not somebody you normally want to hook into your team.
Well, when he's this far behind, he's just as squishy as anybody else, right?
CJ can do whatever they want right now.
Yep.
Massive lead.
Coco really needs to get an Iron Elixir. We want to see the biggest Cho'Gath we can. He made the mistake.
There's no Lulu in this game, though, Doa. We will never see Iron Elixir.
You're right. Okay, let's watch GBM. Oh, good rupture. Caught him with that. Flash Feast. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Oh, wow.
Hey, Cho'Gath has pretty good AP ratios, and he has a Magi's now.
Yeah.
Because.
Yeah, you're 1-0-3. You might as well start stacking that Magi's, right? Mad Life on the prowl.
He's like, this Rod of Ages.
GBM going to get grabbed. Mad Life, the only one around. You got this, Mad Life. You got it. Solo him.
You'll notice, by the way, that GBM didn't even have time to use either of his summoners because of how fast Coco was with the Flash W.
I think Mad Life is in danger of being Xerath ulted if he's not a little bit more careful here. Dragon being taken by CJ. And Mad Life's just going to recall.
Jin Air really hates Dragon this series.
They do. They're not big fans. Oh! GBM tries to steal it, but can't quite get the damage in, and it's nearly a 10,000 gold lead. About 8,000 gold ahead is CJ Entus right now. See, the reason Cho'Gath can eat Xerath so quickly is because basically it's like absorbing the energy. It's like Xerath is just a battery for Battlecast Cho'Gath.
Just opens his mouth and all the electricity goes right in.
Pretty much, yeah.
Down the hatch.
Yep. Just feels powered up at this point. I love that.
Yeah, Mad Life's going to get a double MVP tonight.
I think so.
Even though Coco probably deserves it more.
It's impossible. It's impossible to beat Mad Life Blitzcrank as far as MVPs goes. Although they're already interviewing him, they might give it to Coco. I could see them giving it to Coco.
Also, Shy really did well with his advantage in this one, even though that was less his play and more of Jin Air's misplays.
Yeah. And now you've got, it's the Blitzcrank nightmare. Here we go. Goodbye. Oh, wow. I'm surprised. That was very close. Okay. Oh, hi. Shy comes in from behind. Shay tries to ult. Doesn't really do much. Shy picks up the kill on the Pilot. Man.
Yeah, Jin Air is just falling apart. You can't walk in there. Shy he was standing right in that choke with the minion wave.
The unseen cannon is the deadliest.
You mean the seen cannon?
Yeah, but the unseen cannon is even more deadly.
It's true.
Which really is impressive because that seen cannon was, pretty deadly. Well,
just gonna wait for this ult to go away.
I guess so, yeah. Oh, hi. All right, now is your time. Yeah, do it. That's what you call bloodthirsty support, ladies and gentlemen.
Mad Life just going right to the source right there.
That's right.
Just cut it off right at the source.
Easy mode.
Mad Life doesn't smile.
He's building a tier, but I think he's just collecting them from his enemies at this point. That just appeared after he killed GBM right now. This is my favorite game ever. Ah, yes. Well, CJ with that Baron buff now.
22 minutes into this game, 12K gold differential.
Really insane. And again, I feel like we see this every time. We see Jin Air collapse in Game 2 against good teams.
Yeah,
it's a trend.
They haven't collapsed this hard previously. This is an utter rout.
True. And I mean, again, they're going to play each other in the playoffs. There's not a lot on the line right now, but you wouldn't expect them to lose this badly,
No, you certainly would not.
And the looks on the players' faces are telling me that this is, not a game they're taking with a grain of salt.
Especially since Jin Air has to go against KT, another team that's been looking really good, and Jin Air can't keep struggling with the 5.5 meta like this if they're going to try and beat KT.
Yeah, more than anything, I think you're right. I think Jin Air is having a really hard time adapting to 5.5, and it's not going to get any easier in 5.6.
They tried to go back to what worked for them before, and had they had a better lane swap, this may be a very different game, right? So
could be, yeah.
This isn't really conclusive evidence that they can't play this style of team composition anymore, but it is for certain much harder than it was earlier in the season.
Yeah. Well, there's just nothing stopping CJ now. Ambition doing a decent amount of damage to that inhibitor turret. Space is a bit low, but they can stick around as long as that Baron-powered cannon minion can do damage. And with this, Coco should be able to get this turret without any issue.
It's incredibly strong right now, so the 1-3-1 really working out for CJ. They're so far ahead, there's really nothing that Jin Air can do.
Oh, another turret. Goes down, thank you, Baron-empowered cannon minion. Now CJ with 2 inhibitors vulnerable.
All right, they're going to try.
Ult on to Shy. He's not someone you're go. Oh, well, there we go. Anchor. Shy pops the ultimate. A little bit early here. Blitzcrank kills GBM again, because why not? Trace in a lot of trouble. Never got tanky. There's a double kill for Coco, and CJ ready to end this one. Maybe right here. They took a lot of damage from the two-shot barrage.
I don't think they can end, but they may be able to get 3 inhibitors. They're going to get at least 2.
Looks that way. With Pilot still around, yeah. He can end it easily enough. Mad Life doesn't have enough kills yet. Looks like he's going for that face of the mountain. No, actually just sold a bunch of stuff.
Selling his items.
What's he going to get? What's it going to be? Do you have enough for death cap?
Better be Zerat Portal.
2,500.
He sold his Sight Stone. Now he rebought it.
Oh.
Mad Life.
Oh.
That's not how you troll.
Come on, Mad Life. Okay, so we got all. Okay. Oh, just face the mountain. Oh, I'm so disappointed.
Banner of Command, though, for Ambition.
Yeah. Because why not? It's good.
Yeah, that Prey Seeker for Rek'Sai. You're going to be dealing a lot more damage with that AP.
Oh, yeah.
And there is the empowered melee minion.
See, what Mad Life really needs to get right now is, well, I mean, Death Cap would be nice, but I really do like Frozen Gauntlet.
No, Zerat Portal, man.
Yeah. Oh. Mad Life allowing someone to not be grabbed there.
It was a zoning hook.
Very generous of him. Yeah. Must remind people that he's mortal once in a while. And CJ coming in for the final push that will lock up 3rd place for them in Champion Spring. Oh, GBM flashes out of that grab. He's got the fear of Mad Life in him. Nice rupture. Pilot taking a lot of damage. Ambition comes in, gets pushed back with that ult. Shy with the slicing Maelstrom as well. Mad Life wants one more grab. Is he going to get it? No, not quite. Mad Life, the passive saving him from GBM's ult. Oh, and there it is. The end of the game. CJ with the 2-0. 1 kill in that game. It was almost a perfect game if Ambition hadn't died. Of course, Ambition. Well, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
3rd place.
Convincing win from CJ Entus.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of questions still about Jin Air in 5.5. They have been struggling. And I don't know what to say.
Let Mad Life play Blitzcrank every game. That's what I need to say. Yep.
Was great.
It was awesome, dude.
It's nice to see him play some of his signature champions again and do so well.
Yeah, man. That was like the Mad Life of old to come back again. It was great.
I hope it sticks this time, Doa.
Me too. Me too, man.
Chaser steadfastly refusing to play Sejuani.
Seriously, he's like, no, this meta will not change. It's too late, man. It's changed. You gotta catch up.
Gotta get with the times there.
Yep. That's right.
What great games from Coco, too. Showing some really solid Vladimir play, now showing some really good Cho'Gath play.
Yeah, where were all these champions in the first half of the season?
Well, Vlad and Cho were not good in the first half of the season.
Yeah, I'm talking
Ari, Diana.
Diana, yeah.
Well, Diana was more of a post-IEM thing, but Ari is the big puzzler, I feel.
Yeah.
There's Mad Life. He is not impressed with his own...
He's like, I could have gotten more kills.
Grabbing abilities.
It's okay. It's been a while, Mad Life. You're a bit rusty. I understand. It was still good enough. GBM and the rest of Jin Air, some real questions going into the playoffs now, or into the gauntlet, rather, as they will be starting from the bottom. 4th place guaranteed for Jin Air. 3rd place for CJ now. Our top 4 all locked up. Actually, are all the spots locked up now? I think they may be.
It depends. It depends on some of the last games as to who gets 8th place. But
Is IM that close to Samsung now?
no, yes, yeah.
Huh, I thought Samsung was still far enough apart. Oh well. I was too busy
I
watching
believe
Mad
so.
Life 6 grabs.
I believe so. But obviously, that's not going to be the most consequential placing.
No, not really. Yeah, but CJ, a reason for fans to rejoice again. For now.
It goes in waves.
It really
doesn't
does, doesn't it? Yeah. The Jin Air Green Wings. I mean, we know they've got it in them. Well, we don't know they've got it in them actually, but we would like to assume they've got it in them to adapt to 5.5. And we'll see if they can. Let's see who the MVP is. Who do you think it's going to be? Obviously, the bloodthirsty of all supports, Mad Life.
Coco really got robbed this series. Honestly, he was great in both games.
Yeah, whatever. No, he was good. He was really good. And I would say he deserved at least one of those MVPs, but you can't beat this. Look at this. Look at this Mad Life on Blitzcrank. Look at that. Power fisting people, auto-attacking, setting it up. Yeah, Rek'Sai helped, but Mad Life did most of the work. Look at that. Another one.
Blue steal.
That's my blue buff, man. Yeah.
Nice dodge there on the Xerath abilities as well.
He's Mad Life. Look at this. Chaser. Yeah, go ahead and Cataclysm. It's fine. I'm Blitzcrank, and I'm being played by Mad Life. Yeah, I'll just hop outside the turret. Thanks, Jana.
Yeah, he got blown out.
Look at this.
Yeah.
I want some kills now. Xerath looks like an easy target.
Just ignite him and punch him right in his
GG.
face.
All done to Shy, no problem. I'm Blitzcrank. I don't even care.
Hi,
I'm
GBM.
going to grab GBM again. Shy's fine. Look at this flash into the Cataclysm. Real Cataclysm is when Mad Life shows up on Blitzcrank. That's right. Bow to his might.
I'm so glad we got to see that again. It's been
Oh,
too
me too.
long since the last time we saw a glorious Mad Life.
That made
Blitz.
my year. And it's early in the year too. Here we go, an interview with Mad Life. Translations, of course, brought to you by June. Take it away.
All right, thank you very much, Monte. Can we just say man?
We can.
Well, we're gonna have with the interview with God Life, Mad Life God, MVPs of both Game 1 and Game 2 of today's game against Jin Air. So the God has returned. How do you feel getting MVPs today? I didn't know this day would come. I think Blitzcrank suits me really well. So you seem to be really good at hooking champions, so will you use them more? Yeah, of course I'll use them. And we'll win for sure. So, talking about the first game, so Space managed to get a solo kill when GBM wasn't watching, when he was ulting Paul. So, what was the reaction? Well, we didn't really. We were paying attention to what was happening at top, but we saw the TF ult, so we were like, oh, we are in trouble. But Space was able to catch the GBM at mid, so I think it worked out really well for us, that team fight.
House for life.
There's Space with Thresh and Blitzcrank as his partner. So it's been 15 months since you played Blitzcrank.
Wow. Whoa, dude. It's like 15 months without sun.
So was there any reason of just locking in Blitzcrank immediately? I think today's meta, I think we can pick it. And also Jin Air. We wanted to end the game quickly against Jin Air, so we decided to pick Blitzcrank. Actually, that was a mistake. He was saying for the long game, he wanted to pick Blitzcrank for the late game hooks. For the first game, we didn't really feel any burden, but in game 2, I was feeling really excited. When I wasn't playing well, I had to relax. But when I relaxed, I think I'm playing well. So Jin Air must have been flustered when they saw you pick blitzcrank. So especially GBM was suffering, getting his blue stolen and getting solo killed, etc. What was the team's reaction when you solo killed the GBM when your team was doing Baron? Well, when GBN got the ult, we saw the ult radius, and we're like, we're in trouble. Maybe we get our Baron stolen. But I was able to see him and hook him, so no problems there. So you have to meet Jin Air at playoffs already. So did you save any strategy today because of the playoffs in mind? We did hide some stuff, but we showed a lot of things today. But we were able to win cleanly today, so I think it was okay. But I don't think there will be any problems of us. So any final words? You play IM next. Third or fourth, it doesn't really matter, I think. But I think we should win because winning is fun.
That's a good reason.
So we'll try our hardest against IM.
Shouldn't they be holding up 3 fingers?
I love their little cheerfuls today. Very fun.
Very artsy.
So there will be a lot of blitzcranks tonight playing today.
There are always a lot of blitzcranks on the Korean server.
That's true. That is true.
Well, just pick Alistar. He's a good counter. Enjoy your games, boys. Free yellow. All right, so that's the end of the interview. Montender, back to you guys.
All right, thank you, June. You know, it's true, though. There are always tons and tons of blitzcrank. It's on the Korean server at all elos. Because he's awesome. That's why. Yep. Wow. That was Mad Life playing blitzcrank. How cool was that?
15 months.
Yeah, it's been a long time. KT Rolster with a 2-0 win over Incredible Miracle. And we'll look forward to IM getting hooked repeatedly by Mad Life next week when CJ plays him. And, of course, a 2-0 for CJ Entus over the Jin Air Green Wings. You know, an entertaining win for CJ, but it really does make you worry a bit for Jin Air.
Right,
I mean,
Jin Air, they didn't even have a powerful early game in that series.
They really fell flat, man. It just looks like 5.5 is not their patch yet.
But they really have to think about their pick ban phase.
Yeah.
Going in, and yep, looks like you're right, Doa. All of our standings are locked up, considering IM and Samsung both play only one match in the coming week.
That should mean we're in for a lot of entertainment.
We could see some movement between Najin and KT. I
think that literally doesn't matter at all.
Doesn't.
Nope.
It matters in terms of circuit points, though.
Oh, okay, that is true. But hopefully we'll get to see a lot of entertaining games. I think we're due for a pretty crazy week next week. And speaking of those matches, Jin Air versus KT on Wednesday.
Should actually be a good match.
Yeah, especially with Jin Air kind of looking to be going down a bit and KT on the rise.
Yep.
That might be one of our more serious ones in a week of matches that don't need to be that serious.
That really don't mean anything at all?
Yeah. There's a little bit of pride on the line there. Then on Friday, CJ Entus versus IM. Oh boy, IM has got to be kind of shaking in their boots right now after seeing CJ's manhandling of Jin Air. I don't think it's going to get much easier for Lilac and the rest of IM in that match. And it's been a bummer of the season. So we'll see. We'll see if they can go out on top or at least go out with a win. And then on Saturday, GE Tigers versus SK Telecom. I think that's going to be a really fun one. Both teams already saying they're kind of going to play it for the fans. So we'll see how it ends up. Samsung versus Najin, our second one.
In that match, when GE is already in the finals and everyone has their sights set on them, you better believe GE is not going to want to show off anything.
Oh, yeah.
And usually when Korean teams get in these specific situations, it's going to be a match for the fans. So expect some really off-meta picks, some not so serious games, but it'll probably be quite fun.
Yep, SK Telecom, by the same token, they have a really good chance of meeting GE Tigers in the finals as well. They don't want to give anything away in their match in the gauntlet as well. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. And what also is cool is to go to ogn.azubu.tv and vote for your favorite super plays. I think just vote for Mad Life. He deserves it. Deserves to win, man. All those hooks, all those plays. I will be completely biased and say vote for Mad Life.
First blue steal right there at the end.
That's right. Soloing GBM twice.
He had some good hooks. I have to admit.
So good. I'm going to go vote for him. I'm going to log in from every internet connection I can get to and vote for Mad Life.
See, you're just poisoning the vote right now. This is supposed to be democratic.
I'm not
poisoning
the vote.
The people.
I'm rocking the vote. I'm advocating. I'm like Mad Life's chief of staff.
You are rocking it. You are literally tilting the vote right now.
Happily. Yeah, that's true. President Mad Life 2016. We're working on it. He's a little bit young and not born in America, but we'll work on it. Like I said, it's going to be fine. Don't worry.
That's right. I think you have more than 10 years to fix those laws about American presidencies.
Vote Mad Life. You'll be hooked. There we go.
It's better than the other one, which is a great hooker.
That's true. Although another platform people could possibly get behind, you never know.
Depends on how he wants to angle his campaign, doesn't it?
Could be going for governor of certain states. A little bit more. Just saying. I don't know. This conversation got weird, didn't it? Greencasters are talking a long time. I mean, usually we close out the show by now, but they're still going. Oh, there we go. Music's starting, so that means it's time to close it. We'll see you guys next week on Champions Korea. Doing Monte Cristo here in Seoul. Having a great time. See you next time.